Tuesday, August 14th, 2018, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. Before I start, I'd like to thank everyone who has donated to the channel or has bought some merchandise. It really helps. Of course, this is a one-man enterprise. I started out late 2015 with 0 subscribers, and it seems like I'm providing a service that people are interested in. As you can see by the figures, I'm almost up to 20,000 subscribers. Yes, I look at that number, the subscribers and how many views I get, but the most important thing to me is to do this regularly and try to provide some good insight and some value. Not really, I guess, advice, but I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but I'm trying to tell them what I'm doing. And if they think that makes sense, it's up to them to act upon it. So again, thank you very much. So yeah, what's happening this morning? Well, it's 8:45 a.m. I will look at the markets first, and then I'll talk about a few stories that I've seen. Really interesting story this morning. I saw it yesterday. I think it was X22 report. He mentioned it. Kim.com warns of economic collapse, says buy gold and Bitcoin. And you might be thinking, you've been promoting gold for all these years, and look what gold is doing. Yes, I have. I don't promote gold. I just try to explain what the monetary system is all about. And if you've studied the monetary system as much as I have for many years, you understand why I still hold gold and silver and even some Bitcoin. You'll see. You just have to go through my videos to understand what kind of system we've got now that's unsustainable. So I will talk about Kim.com, aka Kim Schmitz. Is an interesting character. And there's also talk a little bit about Turkey and what's going on there, and even Italy. So first of all, let's just have a run through what's going on in the market. It's, as I said, almost quarter to 9 a.m. London. Gold right now is at 11.95, so we've lost the 12 handle in dollars. We've also, yesterday, the dollar went down quite a lot against the yen initially, and it was going down against the euro and the pound, and in spite of that, they trashed gold, but that's how it works. I suspect it was a lot of the European central banks yesterday trying to get the gold price under control. So we're 11.95, up $1.70. The range has been 11.92 to 11.9650. Silver is back above 15.06, up 6.5. Range has been 14.93 to 15.10. The Dow this morning is up 0.5%, 25,318. The Dow future, that's 128 points. S&P up just under 0.5% as well, 28.35, up 13. Nasdaq 100 future up 0.2% at 74.50, up 47. Yeah, the pound is continuing to rebound a bit. It's up at 128 right now, or 0.25%. Still, longer term, the pound, in my opinion, will go lower. As I've said before, having been in the markets for many years, things don't go up nor down in a straight line. They rebound, or they, go back. When things going up too quickly, they do correct down as well, and vice versa. So what about the euro? Euro's back above 114, 114.16, virtually unchanged this morning. And the dollar's rebounded against the yen, up 0.33%, 111.06. So what else? The dollar is down a bit against the yuan this morning, down 0.1%. the Japanese currency. And we're actually back up above 67 now in the WTI crude. It seems the crude seems to have quite a bit of underlying demand here. It's not really dropping. It has dropped from the highs around 75 recently, but it's holding on very well around the 70 area. So we're up 0.2%, 67.20 WTI crude. What about the emerging market countries and their currencies? Even Brazil yesterday, the Brazilian real or the dollar rose up almost to 4, which is quite a significant number. And then it came back down, so the real stabilized. The Turkish lira this morning, the dollar is down 5%. It's still at 6.51, the dollar. So things seem to have calmed down a little bit in terms of this emerging market crisis. Also, the South African rand is rebounded a little bit. The dollar is down 2.5%. Are we out of the woods yet? I don't think so. I think it's setting up for a crisis, even in Europe and North America, starting in September, October. That's the time when a lot of people come back from holidays. And yesterday also I saw an interesting headline by an Italian, I'm not sure, he was part of the new government, and he basically threatened the ECB and blackmailed them that Italy would leave the euro or something to that effect, bring down the euro project if the ECB didn't guarantee the spread. What does that mean? Well, the spread is the differential between the Italian 10-year yield and the German 10-year yield. And that's the barometer of how well Italy is doing, or if there's a crisis in Italy that could snowball into a euro crisis. Basically, if that spread widens, it means that Italian bonds are being sold off. For example, if Italian yields right now are above 3%, and the German, I'm not sure, is about, let's say, 0.4%. If that spread starts widening, if the Italian bonds go up to 4%, people will get worried. So by asking them to guarantee the spread, it basically means he's asking them for a bailout to keep buying Italian bonds. So are things really going really well in the EU? No. But then we come to Kim.com. I've heard of this guy before, but some of you might not have heard of him. So who is Kim.com? Well, he was born Kim Schmitz in Kiel, Germany, northern Germany, in 1974. So he's, 43? He's 10 years younger than me. And Wikipedia says he's a German-Finnish internet entrepreneur. I think his mother was Finnish. And political activist who resides in Queenstown, New Zealand. He first rose to fame in Germany in the 1990s as an internet entrepreneur. So, and he's been involved in a lot of controversies. So what did he say? Zero Hedge is reporting this. As I said before, X22 reported it. So the headline is, Kim.com warns of economic collapse, says, and I quote, buy gold and Bitcoin. Kim.com, a controversial internet pirate and cryptocurrency advocate, recently urged all 736,000 followers to immediately buy gold and Bitcoin because President Trump is sleepwalking into a tremendous fiscal collision. Prepare for economic collapse. And he goes on to, well, that's his tweet from, I guess his Twitter account says, $1 trillion in additional U.S. government debt per year. Yeah, I've been talking about that, the huge deficits that are starting to come again, to grow again in the U.S. They're deficits that you usually associate with an economic crisis like in 2008. And it's one of the reasons why how can I say, the GDP numbers are starting to look good, because how can it not? It's like you at home. If your family's not doing very well, and then all of a sudden you get this credit card and you borrow 10,000 pounds and you spend it that same month, yeah, it's going to look good, your GDP, right? Your personal GDP, because you've borrowed all this money. The only problem is now you've got to pay for it. And that's the same thing President Trump and Congress have been doing lately. And Kim.com says, U.S. spending is funded by lenders who will never get paid. And he's right. As Mero Jenkins said in his book that I talked about yesterday, you can never pay back in debt, because debt doesn't extinguish debt, and that's the system we have now. And I think Kim.com clearly understands that. He's not a stupid guy. He goes on to say, empire will collapse, followed by a worldwide economic collapse. Shift your US dollars into gold and Bitcoin ASAP before US dollar becomes toilet paper. How right he is about that. And you might be saying, well, but the dollar's going up against all these currencies. Well, the only reason it's going up is because it's still at the center of this scam, which is fiat money, where you can never pay anything back. But it will burn up itself as well. So I think Kim.com is right. And I think the next crisis will be a crisis that no one can really say what's going to happen. No one really, not even the central bankers, not even me. One thing, though, that I think you need in a crisis like that, some people call it, you need to become like a vulture. And what does that mean? Well, that means you're not going to look to become, or how can I say, trade and put a trade on and make money on the trade and close the trade out, take the profits. No, you're gonna have to have your assets, be they maybe Bitcoin, which is not tangible, but gold, silver, whatever, land, wine, fine wine, antiques, cars, and collectibles. You got to have them in your hands. To what price are we going to go? I don't even think there will be prices as we know today. We can't really say, oh, gold is going to $7,000. I don't even think the denominator will be there anymore. It will be a scary time. I don't know how it's going to happen. But, and why am I saying this? Well, it's just that once you look back in history and see what has been done in the last 100 years with central banks, especially in the last 47 years, which will be marked tomorrow, August 15th, we have had almost 50 years of artificially created wealth through money printing, through money, and money that is not real money. So I think it's distorted everything for so long that when it hits this next crisis that Kim.com talks about, and everyone's been talking about, a lot of people, me included, in the alternative economic sphere, it will be like something we've never seen before. And it's scary. So that's why you need to make sure. Am I saying you got to stop living now and worry about it? No, just keep going as you are. And if you don't have any gold and silver, if you don't have any savings, well, you're not going to really get hurt. Well, you might get hurt in terms of what you can buy at the shop and stuff. But I think the people who have the most to lose, and it would be poetic justice, it would be the very wealthy, the 1%. Maybe there will be some rebalancing of the whole system. It will be painful, but it's necessary. It's like the analogy of the forest. That the forest fire is sometimes necessary to make the things grow again properly. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And you can follow me on Steemit, DTube, and on Twitter. And again, thanks for the donations. Take care. Bye.